Hello, YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching what was a live stream on ustream.tv. If you'd like to join in the Friends in the Box and chat live while I'm working, go to ustream.tv, look for Inky Obsessions, and click follow, and you should get notified whenever I go live. I also post it on every social media platform I'm part of: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. To announce things like the sales coming up and anything other than regular stream. So I'm streaming every day this weekend to promote an iStencils sale. And hang on, I'm getting errors here. Great. It's a pretty special sale that Sherry from iStencils has lined me up with. Got one more window to open up here, and then we should be ready to go. I had technical difficulties this morning and had to reboot 3 times to get Ustream to recognize my camera that I use every time that I stream. Anyway, so here's a summary of the sale. This is good through tomorrow, December 11th, until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. The code is HOLIDAY25. Hey, CB. HOLIDAY25. And that will get you 25% off the entire iStencils website. Way over 3,000 designs there. If you place an order of $50 or more and you buy at least one of my designs, then you'll get this stencil free. And if you're in the US, you'll get free shipping for orders $50 or more. If you order $75 or more, you'll get those promotions as well as a $10 gift certificate that you'll be sent that you can use towards a future purchase. And in addition to that, I'm going to be doing 3 more giveaways today. I've done 3 Friday, 3 Saturday, and I'm going to do 3 today. And they are for $15 gift certificates. You'll need, if you win, you need to send me your email address, and I'll forward it to Sherry, and she will send you the gift certificate. So, and that, again, that's only for the live viewers that are online with me now. That's the only way I can do this. So, these are some of the prints we've done over the weekend. I really like this one. The more I look at it, you can see if you look closely that I had too much paint on the plate, so I got some blurry edges in there, but it's still kind of a cool 3D effect. That's one of my newer designs called 3D blocks. And this is a Navajo Stacks print that I did a patina print on. This is one of the iStencil designs that I was showing the other day. I'm promoting, several of the brands that are online with iStencils, not just mine. It's another iStencil print, another pattern. And I would also suggest, and I told the ladies this yesterday, how I shop when I go to iStencils.com. They have so many designs and so many categories. I would suggest that when you find a stencil that you like, put it in your shopping cart. And then keep shopping, go about your business. When you go to checkout, then weed through your shopping cart and get down to the number, the amount you wanted to spend, or your 5 favorites or 10, whatever. And that way you don't have to chase, Janice, hey, you don't have to chase back after them and try to figure out, was that in the background category or a symbol category or a nature category? You'll know where it is. It's in your shopping cart. So trust me when I tell you that's the way to go. This is another one that we did yesterday. This is watercolor on Yupo, and then I lifted it using one of the Badass stencils. That's a brand. I'm not just saying it's badass because it is. Hey, Jan. It is badass, but Badass is the brand, and they have a whole category on the website and various different shapes and styles of stencils. And this is something I did with alcohol inks on Terraskin paper, which is kind of like Yupo. It's made out of stones. And that's with alcohol ink. So I laid the stencil in there, squirted the ink through it, let it dry, and that's what it looks like. And this is the freebie stencil, so you can see that undulating kind of 3D pattern. Ooh, it's freaking me out, man. Okay, so let's do something. I don't know what we're going to do. I actually put some watercolor on Yupo paper a little while ago and let it sit off the side to dry. So if somebody's kind enough to remind me, because you know I can't remind. Hello, beloved. Art Quilter, hello. I will show you how to lift that again. Some of you guys have been with me for all 3 days, so that'll be a repeat for you, but for those who haven't seen it and for those on YouTube who might pop in to see it, there's other ways to use stencils other than just putting paint or ink through them. You can use them to remove paint or ink and get kind of a reverse image. This is all crusted up. Holy mackerel. Crusty bits that'll cut me. So, I'll try to use some of these designs on the jelly plate that I've not used yet this weekend. Here's some other versions of the Badass. See, it's really a brand name, Badass. Stencils. They got some really cool designs. Then they have these Hot Wing series that are little stencils. And if you'll notice, all her designs, the edges aren't squared off. They're usable in the design as well. Pretty cool. And these little ones called BAMs, these are perfect. I think these are all like for body art stuff, but for ATCs, it's a pretty cool little size. I got it on, somebody gifted me my first pad of Terraskin. And then I think I got another one. I think I got it on Amazon, Jan. And that's what it looks like. Terraskin Media Block. But I did notice the other day, I tried to do an experiment where we were wiping off alcohol ink off of Terraskin. Let's see if I can find it. Hang on, pardon my reach. I have some experiments laying up here on my shelf in front of me. Oh, here's one we did too. This was one that was watercolor on Yupo paper and then stencils wiping back with a baby wipe through the stencils to pull it back to white so you get that kind of a look. I love that. And I tried to do the same experiment. This is Terraskin paper. I put alcohol ink on here and just let it dry. And then I went back with alcohol and blending solution on 2 different sides to try to wipe it back like I did this with the watercolors. You can see it barely dented it, right? You can see the image in there, but very clearly not a great thing. But then I put alcohol inks on Yupo instead of Terraskin, and then it wiped back with alcohol and blending solution. So Terraskin, the alcohol ink was on there pretty much for good, but the Yupo, it's still movable. So I thought that was kind of a little interesting tidbit we ran across. But let's see here. All right, so I'm just going to play with some of these that aren't dirty yet. God forbid I have a clean stencil. I don't like clean stencils. It's a sign of a sick mind, I think. Oh, it just popped in my head something I wanted to do that I kept forgetting to do yesterday. And that was like an ombre print. So I'm going to do little skinny lines of a few colors. What do I want to put on there? This is a weird color combination. Not that I would normally use doing this, but I don't have a whole lot of paints out here. I was trying to keep some elbow room open on my, what's this? My desk. Because I knew I was going to use all kind of different media And I was running out of room, so I only brought out a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Not like I normally do. Oops, I got boogers everywhere from the crusty edges I was trying to peel off. Probably not good. I haven't done this for so long. I feel so rusty and out of place working on something that I've used and done a million times. So this I'm trying to do like an ombre kind of a thing where I'm going to try to keep the colors as separate as I can. We'll see what that looks like on the print. And now the yellow in the middle should blend with each of these colors and kind of come up with a orangey and a greenish on the outskirts of the area there where it lays, to kind of give us a... So what I had in mind with these colors is this stencil I named Navajo Blanket. Yes, Navajo Blanket. So I thought that would look kind of cool. You know how the Indian blankets are so pretty? They're the way the colors are woven. I don't know. Looks kind of cool. Let's try that. So am I locked up here on chat, or has nobody said anything for 6 minutes? That seems really weird. That doesn't seem right. Somebody say something in chat for me so I can see if I got a problem over here, or if it's just everybody's so mesmerized with what I'm doing they can't chat. This is not a crew of ladies that's usually quiet for too long. Just saying. The last message I see was where Jan asked me about Terraskin. Ooh. Look in the red down there where it picked up some of the PBO from last night that we were using. That's kind of cool. All right, let's do a test here. I think I've lost my crew. I know we had a lot of problems on Paula's last night. Oh, yep, that didn't go through. Oh, crap. Hang on. Refreshing. If you're on YouTube and you ever see this, you might want to scoot along, little doggies. Okay, now I see a whole bunch of messages here. Hang on. Okay, I lost a lot of stuff in here. I don't know what the hell happened there, but anyway. Okay, so yeah, that one, I like that. That came out kind of cool. Huh? Yeah, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen here. We'll try it. You know, if it doesn't drive anybody too batshit crazy, we'll keep going. I'm always so close to batshit crazy that I have to gauge it on your experience, not mine. Oh, look at that. I only get that little strip down the middle. That's kind of cool, though. Let's wipe this off. Oh, that's cool, too. The reverse with the pattern being in white. Sometimes I like these more than the first take. Let me get some more of this off of here. If there's anything that's too wet on there, I'll lift that so we can do a, hey, Queen. Just a little. I probably should blot off that stencil, too. Look how pretty my stencil is. I'm just going to touch this with some deli paper. I didn't want to make a sandwich out of the cleanup because I thought that one might turn out pretty cool, and it did, so I'm glad I did that. Okay, let me see what other ones I didn't use. Oh, here's a mask I haven't used yet. Oh, and this will be good to be able to show you. This is one of the masks. It's called the Curtain Outline. I have a stencil that was called Curtains. I was somewhere and I saw this pattern on a pair of curtains and I took a picture and tried to use the inspiration of that to make the stencil. And I like the design so much, I wanted to make the reverse of it on a mask. But you can see this tag on here. This is how it's identified. And this is how it's going to come to you from iStencil. It's got the number on it, right? And the name. And it's connected with these tiny little hair size plastic pieces. Don't rip it off. It's not a perforation. It's going to tear. You need to cut those. And just use a fine pair of scissors and cut them off. There's only a few holding it on there. Most of the masks are like, well, I think all the masks are like that. But if you rip it, you may be kissing your stencil goodbye. Oh, cool. Okay. Let us see. What are we going to use that with? Let's do another, is that wet? Yeah, if you get the mask and the stencil queen, you can make some pretty interesting overlay kind of stuff. Do you know the code, Queen? I think you were on here yesterday. The HOLIDAY25 and all the little ditties that you get. Don't let me forget to do the drawing today, guys. That would be terrible. Let's do. That was a pretty color. That was the greenish blue by Amsterdam. Let's put another little shot of that up there. And let's get a couple PBOs going in the middle here. Let's use blue-green, booger, a little skinny bit of that, and a little skinny bit of the green-yellow. And let's put what's this? I don't know. It's here. We'll use it. It's in the same family. I don't know what we're going to get, but that's half the fun. Gosh darn, these lids are tight. Maybe it's my weak hands. I don't know. All right. So again, I'm going to do that gradient, kind of an ombre situation there. Now I'll go right down the middle and get these, and I go kind of top to bottom and drag a little bit as I go into the other areas of the solid color. Ooh, that's making a pretty color in the middle. Ooh, look at that. That's yummy. Okay, let's see what we got here. Trying to get this bad boy somewhat centered. And you know what? Oh no, I don't think it'll show up on black. These sparkly bits will, but the other won't show up that well. Let's go with deli, because one way I will use these is in collage, and on deli that collages so easily. I used to do like almost all my jelly prints on cardstock. I'm actually very low on cardstock, and I think it would be too hard on my bum hand right now. Although it's much better. I got to tell you, it's hardly tingling and numb at all. Still a little bit on the clumsy and weak side, but it's way better. Oh. But if you've ever jelly printed with stencils and cardstock, you know that you got to cram your thumb and push it down into all these little holes and make sure it makes contact, or you never get a crisp print. So, anywho, let's see what we got here. This one should be kind of interesting. Ooh. Oh, that's cool where those TBOs blended in the middle. They made cool color where they overlapped. And where this one overlapped with this bluish green. That's kind of pretty, but that's what the mask looks like. All right, let me pick up a little bit more of this, if I can get anything off of there. Did you just have Mojo, hon? Okay. No, I didn't know if Babe was with you. Yeah, I heard Mo. It's starting to thaw. Pretty good. Slushy. I noticed some of the grass is exposed out there now, so it must be starting to melt. Dave was out shoveling the deck for the poochies. That's kind of sketchy, but cool. I like. You know what? I'm going to pick this up. Underneath here, I'm going to pick this up on black and see what I got. Let's clean the back of that off on there. Bee jeans. I just started at 1. Actually, we didn't miss a whole lot, just a few. Oh, in case you don't know this information, I'm having a sale, promoting a sale for iStencils. Go to iStencils.com. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that site. I have a line of stencils there, and Sherry that runs it gave me the code HOLIDAY25 for my viewers. You get 25% off the entire site. If you spend $50 or more and includes at least one of my designs, you'll get this one for free and free shipping if you're in the US. And if you spend $75 in addition to that, you get a $10 gift certificate free. No, yes, $10 gift, and she'll email that to you for a future purchase. So that's a new name. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of the deets on that one. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, that came out really cool. It's just a shadow on there, but look at those PBO paints glistening in all their glory. And here's the reverse of that picked up. That's kind of cool. I wonder what kind of a patina print that would make. Uh-huh. Hey, Ange. Oh, hey, Beth. How are you? All right, just getting a little more of those bits up. Okay, let's try. I think I am going to try patina, because this is kind of getting ready to get cleaned up here. So let's try. Is there another one I should be using? It's not dirty yet. I'm going to make sure you guys see everything that I have here to play with. Oh, you know what? I wonder if that 3D one with all the little circles, it makes it looks like a ball coming out of the paper, you know what I mean? I did prints with it last night. Where the hell is it? Whew, there we go, down on the stack. This one. I wonder what that would do in a patina print. Let us try, shall we? So what I call a patina print goes like this. Get the boogers off for one. Lordy, I need to clean this bad boy up. Okay, some black paint. You don't want too much, but too little, and it won't work. Hi, Safia. Okay, so let's get this down here. Oop, there's a booger right there. So, for one of what I call a patina print, I should put down a stencil. And this is an iStencil brand. This isn't one of mine, but it is cool. One of my favorites. So now what I want to do is I want to lift up all the bits of black out of those holes. I'm just going to use, it's going to take a few pieces of deli to get it all out of there. See that 3D? It looks like a ball sitting on there. So cool. Gayla! Hello, love. How are you? All right, let me get some more of this out of here. Because I'm going to try to replace all the paint in those holes with some of the PBO Dyna colors. You oldies know what I'm talking about already. See, and they're still, ooh, look at that. That would be cool for a background of something, just with that black, wouldn't it? A little gesso over that and things peeping through. Gives me ideas. Or a little slice of that running through a collage. See what I mean about how much it takes to get all this paint out of these holes. This is getting pretty close now. Okay, that's pretty good. See where you can kind of start seeing through there? Yeah, they're some of my favorites, Eileen. So now I'm going to take off the stencil and I'm going to just, well, I'm just going to plop it here. Try to get some of the paint off of the back of that before that's too late. And this paint on here is still kind of wet. So I'm going to take a couple of the PBO colors. I don't know, whatever I grab, I grab. I'm just going to put a little bit. That's a blue-green. This is a green-yellow. I'm going to do 3 of them. Oh, shit. I'm going to do 3 of them this time. Oops, I said the S word. Bad lady. Oop, excuse me. That was the paint tube, not the artist. So now I'm just going to mix these up. And I know that orange and blue are going to make baby poop, but there's not much prettier than metallic baby poop. I'm just saying. So I'm going to mix them up, spread them out. See where that's kind of becoming like a bronzy color? That's what I'm looking for. Oh, shit. Oh, I said shit again. Oh, mercy. So now, light hand, no pressure in the brayer. Just letting it roll off and pick up some of that paint. And you can see where more of the design's coming back there. It won't be perfect, but it'll be perfectly imperfect. Get some of that off of there. Okay, good enough. Now, let's get that bad boy off of there. And this I almost try to do like a cleanup print, like I push a little harder and longer on it. Hey, Sarah. CB, don't throw me under the bus. Don't throw me under the bus. Oh, this looks really cool right in here. Off on the cleanup paper. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. I don't like these blobs of the blue and orange, how it came out there. I like it more where it's mixed up and you got that bronzy kind of browny baby poop metallic color. But I'm not going to use this as a whole piece anyway. I will use slices of that and a collage at some point. Let me pick more of this up, whatever's wet on there. Just a little bit here and there. Use a badass stencil. You know you want to say, I was saying it before you got here. A lot. That's a lot of muck down there to clean up now. That would be kind of cool. So let's do a clean up through a stencil. And I'm going to use this one because it's got a lot of open space on it. All right, so let me let this sit a minute. Oh, hell, that's still wet. Oh, I said hell. Yeah, that's another. It's ultraviolet and metallic baby poop are the Pantone colors for the year. Yes, I'd like to say I had some input with that. Okay, just letting this dry a little bit and fanning myself. Hey, me, you and me both, Darren. Oh, please. I used to be badass. All right. I'm going to use a little Titan Buff. Just a little. I don't want this to be so... If there's too much paint on there, the wet layer, that's all you're going to pick up. You won't do a cleanup print. If it's just a little skim layer on there, it will kind of marry itself to those dry, crusty bits, and it'll all pull off on one magnificent lift when you do a cleanup print, if it works right. That's about right. So let's see. Let's use this one. You got that right, Gala. There's somewhere there's a pole with my name on it. Whew. Let's try that. And let's put it on black. I don't know why. It won't make any difference because that off-white is kind of solid there. And then this one you got to really rub it down there because you want it to adhere to all those crusty bits and peel them off like it's one new sheet. Oh Lord, that scared me. Damn text. Okay. Oh hell, what did I do there? Hang on. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, that's looking pretty good. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see the pattern of the stencil through the paper. That's telling me I've got pretty good adhesion on the painted areas. Well, let's see. Some of these cleanups are my favorites, but I started doing this a while back where I'd interrupt that clean sheet of the cleanup with a pattern, pulling it through a stencil. Oop, hello. Yeah, see how that's pretty much clean? And then you kind of got, if you look close at that, it really looks, reminds me of that Roman glass. Do you guys have ever seen Roman glass jewelry? Where it's like crushed glass that kind of almost looks like it's got some mica or something in it. See all those PBOs sparkling in there? Kind of a stained glass window kind of feel to it. Patty, do you have a TJ's near you? No. TJ. Oh, TJ Maxx? TJ Maxx we do, but God, I haven't been in one and I can't tell you how long. I need to get out more. Apparently. Which stencil is that? Hang on, I'll give you a number, Sarah. This is an iStencil. Let me get this off. Oh, crap, I wrinkled the paper. Oh, well, not that much of a disaster. It's a piece of deli paper. I think it's a 12 by 12. You'll notice it's bigger than my 8 by 10 jelly plate. And they have, the iStencil brands are offered in different sizes. Some are offered in like 7 or 8 different sizes, up to like 36 by 36, so you can do them on a wall. So there's, you get the same thing underneath the stencil that came out. And let me see if I can get this off here. I don't look the other way. Hello. This is, and see, these are numbered. These aren't named. So here we go. See if I can show you that. Probably not. If not, I'll read it. But it's 27-00199. Ah, 27-00199. Hey, Marion. And this is probably, I don't know what subcategory that would be in. It's better probably just to search on the name. Let's see, what else do I have over here? I think this one's probably too big for the jelly plate. Yeah, this is a cute stencil, but yeah, it's too big for the plate. But that's a cute one. I love Celestial stuff. Oh, you know who's got a lot of Celestial stuff? Look for KP on iStencils, Kristen Powers. And she does a lot of actually, I think I have some of hers here. I know I do. It's The Moon and the Maker. But you should check out her. Hers are included in the sale as well. This one here, I think for card makers, well, we're past the fall now, but just for giggles, let's print that one. Let's do this. Let's see. Let's do another ombre. I'm going into the ombre thing now. I don't have many reds or... Oh, God. Darn, that's a lot of paint. Hang on. Patty, or anyone, do you sit? I sit doing it. I'm too tall. I'd need a special height. I'm 5'10". Hey, Virginia. And if I would stand up at my regular desk, I'd be crippled in 5 minutes trying to do it. I need like a bar height thing to do it on if I would stand. I know a lot of people that do everything standing up. You guys know from Art Weekend, you know my friend Donna? She does everything she does standing up on a regular desk. She's a lot shorter than I am too, but that would cripple me. Yeah, you can search by those numbers. And if you have any other stencils you see that I'm using, you want the number, just let me know. I'm happy to give it to you. All right, let's try this, shall we? This is a good time for, I posted on Facebook saying if you buy Christmas presents for artists, of course it might be hard for them to pick out what you'd like. I was trying to give people the idea that if it was, it's a good sale if you buy for an artist, but if they want to surprise them with designs, that might be a little tricky. I didn't think about that little caveat there. All right, let's get this one going in here. Woo. Man, that's a lot of paint. I should have pulled some of that magenta off of there. Look at that. Good night. I could paint the basement with that. So I just want a variety of color on here. It's still too much. When it's puckered up, you can tell it's too much paint, but what are you going to do? It's pretty where it's blending now. Good Lord. All right, let's see here what we get. See, this one's 12 by 12. It comes off the side of my plate, but it doesn't matter what size the stencil is. You can use it on any jelly plate. It doesn't really matter. Those colors are pretty though. They are, just say, oh shit. Hang on. I said shit again. Oops, that's 4 times. Sparkles, hello. You just tuned in to watch me screw up. I bumped the paper as I laid it down there. Now I'm going to have some holes in these leaves where the paint is gone because it's here. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. I like that one there, where it's got the different colors in it, where they blended. That's kind of cool. All right, let me lift some of this other out of there on the piece I already hosed up. There we go. And now Sparkles, I see you said you didn't get free shipping. Where do you live and how much did you spend? If something happened that it was a mistake in the system, definitely contact iStencils and Sherry will fix it for you. And did you spend $50 and buy at least one of my designs? I would like to know, because if something's not right in the site, I'll let Sherry know and she can take care of that. I'm patting that one because it's got a lot of sharp little edges on it, and I didn't want to bend those. It doesn't matter if it's new or not, as long as it's one of my designs. That should count towards it. Yeah. So I would definitely send him an email. Sherry will take care of that for you. If your order was over $50, that's the caveat, and you're in the United States. I tell you what, it's some of the best customer service of anybody I've ever worked with in any business, not just art stuff. That PBO is some cool stuff, I gotta tell you. Let's see, what else didn't I dirty up yet? Let's make something else dirty. There we go. Here's another 3D one. We'll try this one. No. The sales started Friday morning, And it ends Monday, December 11th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Hey, Deb. So they will definitely take care of it. You know what? Before I forget, because I'm gonna, let's stop and let's do the 3 drawings. How about that? We've got about 50 people on here. So here's how we're going to play it. Hang on one second. Sorry, hang on. Okay. I'm going to go to random.org, and they have a random number generator. So what we're going to do, and if you're on YouTube, sorry you missed this. This is for anyone live in chat. So ladies in chat, I'm going to type the words, 3 separate words, ready, set, go, in chat. When you see the word go coming from me, Inky Obsessions, in the chat stream, type your number that you want to guess, 1 to 100. Only type it in once. And I'll give everybody time to do that. And then when I put the word stop in chat, any numbers that come in after that are not going to count. If 2 people have the same number, the first one that put the number in will get the win. Okay, so we'll do all 3 drawings off the same numbers. So stand by. One to 100. Hey, Sandy. Hey, LJ. I got a lot of people coming out of the woodwork. I didn't see in chat before. Hey, Nisha. Hopefully, I got enough numbers out there. Jesse. There's another new name. Hello. Yeah, I saw that, Orla. I saw you put it in again. Yep, I already did it, Darren. Go ahead and get your number in quickly. As soon as I type it in, it goes off the screen pretty quickly because everybody starts banging in their numbers. So I will wait till I see Darren's number go in, and then we'll wrap it up. Hey, Misha. That's another new name. Darren, get your number in there. There you go. Okay. I'm going to assume that's everybody. Okay. Now we'll do the random number generator, 1 to 100. Everybody can see that. Generate. The result is 96. Good Lord. So whoever's the closest with not going over, that entered their number after I type go. Oh, 97. Sarah, I bet it's going to be you. Oh, no, you went over. Oh, dang it. Wow. Okay, let me go over this again because there's nothing even close other than that. So let's see. Jennifer has 72. 72. 70. Gayla has 79. And she was, LJ put in 79, but Gayla had it first. Oh, and there's a 78. Gayla. Gayla. I think you got it, my friend. Okay, hang on. Where's my pen? Phony too low? Huh? I don't know what that means, but hopefully you're not calling me a phony. I did it as honestly as I know how. And fair as I know how. Okay, I'm going to pick another number. What are you confused about, Beth? I'm going to pick another number. This will be for the second $15 gift certificate, number 10. So I'm going to use the same numbers everybody entered. I'm scrolling back in chat. Anybody that got 10 or the closest to 10 without going over? Let's see. Lilith had 2. Lilith, I think that's you. Everybody agree? Okay. All right. One more. Ready? Generate. 86, another high number. Okay, so let's see. So if Gayla ends up the high 72, Jennifer's got 72. Gayla had 79. So, you know what? I think that goes to LJ. Hang on. All right. Everybody agree that that's LJ. She had the same guess as Gayla. And it's the closest one. LJ. Now, LJ, I don't know who you are. So, the ladies that come to my art weekend that won, I have your email addresses. I can take care of that for you. And LJ, I'm going to type in okay, LJ, there's my email address. Drop me a line at that email address, and so I can get your email address to pass on to Sherry. Okay? So Gayla and Lilith, I have your email addresses. Actually, we had a lot of Marylanders. Gail won. Tootie, Gail, Zandra, Gayla, Janice, Linda Freyer, and CB. So every time I did a drawing, 2 of the girls were from the Maryland Art Weekend and one not. So congratulations. So you guys will all receive an email from Sherry at iStencils giving you a $15 gift certificate toward a future purchase. Oh, crap, Dorothy. Sorry about that. I can't tell when anybody's individual chats have frozen, so I just have to assume that if I'm going, that everybody's with me. You never know with this computer stuff, I'm telling you. You never know. I'm going to get a clean piece of paper underneath here. This one's kind of still wet from that little magenta screw up. I'm going to go over and see if my watercolor is dry yet. Look, CB. I know how you like those little bits. This paper is actually pretty heavy. There's a lot of layers of acrylic on there. Good Lord. Let me drag this one. Keep this top one over there because that's where I got my little names written down from all my winners. Luckily, it's not daytime TV. All right, let me go check on this watercolor situation over here. Oh my goodness. Oh, bones walking up on me. Wow. Did that ever change from what it looked like when I put it over there? I still got some puddles. I'll make those go away so we don't have to wait forever because this one didn't turn out that great anyway. So we will interrupt it with a stencil design so that it doesn't look this. Look how that, well, you didn't see it before. This was a little skinny area of this purple, and look how it pushed everything out of the way. But look, I had some lunar blue in there. Look how that separated. Well, can I get it to focus? Hello. There we go. Look how wispy that looks in there. Isn't that cool? This, not so cool. It kind of ran away from me. But it's funny because it was one little streak of purple when I laid it over there. I'm going to get these puddles out of here. And then hit this with a heat gun. So I can show, again, lifting the watercolor through a stencil. You can also do this on watercolor paper. It's actually CC that I saw using one of my stencil, well, several of my stencil designs. Lifted a abstract watercolor on watercolor paper and lifted it with a stencil. Now I've tried that and it absolutely works. It's a little bit more work. We're on Yupo paper. It is so like these colors are just laying on top of that paper. With one swipe of a baby wipe, I can take that back to white paper. So it wipes up a lot easier. Heat gun. Not plugged in. All right. It wipes up a lot easier than off of watercolor paper. And with watercolor paper, you have to be mindful of the nap of the paper, that you don't scrub it too much, that you hose that up. And this is on a low setting. I can put my hand in it. It's kind of cool air just to dry these up. But Yupo paper is plastic, and the heat gun will warp it if it's on hot. Just want to get these. It's funny how some of these colors dry almost instantly, and some of them will puddle and take a long time to dry on here. Really unbelievable. Look at this corner of that, how that swirled like that. With that lunar blue and the rose gold and dioxazine purple is what was in that corner. I think that's so cool. Yeah, but I'm so easily entertained. Oops. I did yesterday on the brain. Lord. Funny how some of these colors just wash out. This was a real dark dioxazine purple, and it washed out to what you see there. This little bit was Mayan blue dark, and it settled and got darker than it was at first when I left it. But this just really astonishes me every time I see this. How it just moves, and it's so fluid with the water in there that the pigments just keep moving after I set it aside and just becomes a completely different animal. Now I'm going to use one of my old masks on this because I think it's a really cool mask to use. I show you why. It's got one little wet bit. I'm just going to do that. Let's get this moving. Ugh. Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm going to look for my geometry mask and Iron Gate. I think they look really cool together. And I like using the masks for this. Stencils will work just fine, but here's one. Here they are right here. Okay. Oh, does somebody need the code? Here's the deal on the sale, HOLIDAY25. There's the details while I run my yap. They were Daniel Smith and Core watercolors. I forget who. I saw somebody ask that, and then they buzzed off the chat window. Yeah, there is translucent Yupo. I like the white better myself. I guess the translucent would be cool if you were going to use it like, I don't know, something that's going to be like lit from behind. Like on a lampshade or something like that. I like the white myself. So, this is the geometry. Wait a minute. No, this is Target. This isn't the right one. What the hell am I talking about? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Here we go. I had to dig a little deeper. This one is the one I wanted. And I'll tell you why. This one's cool too. But this one I like because of this big spot right here. I can put that over when you place your order and you get your email saying it was placed. Does the free stencil show up in your order? I don't think it does. I think it's just packed in there when they pack it. I don't think it'll be in there. I think you'll find it on your packing list. I don't recall for sure, but if you qualified, it will be in there. And if it's not in there, Sherry will take care of it immediately. I can promise you that. No worries. But anyway, this one little bit here that's solid, I like to find like my favorite spot on here and hide it with that, right? So it keeps that, like I like this area right in through here. How bright that is. Some of the golds where that blue met the pink and made this purple. I like that area right there. So I'm going to preserve that by where I place this. Let's see, what else do I want to keep? Let's do it right about, let's move up a little bit. Now I can do that. Okay. Let's do that. Now I'm going to get a baby wipe. And these are usually pretty juicy, so I'm going to squeeze a little of the moisture out on a paper towel. You can use any weight of Yupo. The stuff I have here is 200 grams. This is the one I have here. It's kind of hard to see with the colors on here. but it's 200 gram. So this mask is called Geometry. This is one of mine. I really like this one. If I must say so myself. I might have pulled too much water out of here. Dang it. We'll see. So I'm using the mask to mask what I want to keep right there, right? So we'll just wipe around it. Turn the baby wipe. And I'm not going to go outside of here because I'd wipe all that off with no design in it. So I'm going to hold back on that area. I'm going to go ahead and hit some of the stuff here. I'm going to get this one big circle there wiped. So I see that design. And now I'm going to stop over here and maybe interrupt that with another. So see how it kept that? One little bit there. And I'm blotting it. See that little shadow that it left down there? When you wipe the baby wipe on here, the edges catch the moisture and it kind of what do I want to say, beads up around the edge of the stencil. So I just kind of blot that off so I don't have to, I don't have any issues where it's going to run and blur that edge of that design any. So I'm going to take another one and I'm just going to very gently, oh hell, I have two. Oh no, I said hell. Bad girl. I'm just going to press a little bit of moisture out of there and keep that a little bit wetter. So now I'm going to take the same one and this little bit over here is really interesting with that real swirly bit. I'm going to preserve that. This, I'm going to interrupt all this purple because it's just kind of there. It's just purple. There's nothing fancy or special about that whole area. So I'll just interrupt all that with some pattern. And you can wipe this back to white if you want to. Right? Now, you don't want to move this paper around to wipe it off because it's going to make everything blur. Now I'm going to take some of this Iron Gate and I'm going to, I like some of this stuff up here. I'm going to try to find a spot where I can keep a lot of that right in there. Oop. Let's see, let's get down here. And this, see where this area that's not been wiped is kind of like a stair step here. It goes up and then comes down. So I'm going to take this and I'm only going to wipe that area. I'm going to leave this circle here, but I'm going to wipe down here and up higher as it goes until I get over to the other area where it was meeting this other design. And then let's see, let me get a little, here's a little area in here that doesn't have any design in it. And then, oops. And then up here, right in here, there's no design. Do I want to keep any of that? I like, see these three big things here. I might not ever use this as one big piece, but in case I do, and I want to think about a, design of it, I'll go in and keep 3 of those on there because I like threes. Okay, now this isn't one of my favorites, and it's not because of what I just did. The colors, I was just throwing stuff down there quickly as I was rebooting with my left hand 3 times to get online and slapping watercolor with my right hand and not really paying any attention. So Had I been paying more attention, I would have choose different colors, um, as we know. But you can see what it did. And see where that mask let that globe of that really, what I thought was an interesting bit, stay there? Because it masked it off. Hence the name mask. And this over here where it had that kind of real feathery look to it, I left that there. Here's one I did the other day. Same kind of thing, just using various different stencils to wipe back through there. But you pull off a little chunk of that. You might not use it all together, but you pull off a little chunk of it for a card or something, and it could look pretty interesting. Kind of looks like undersea there. That one kind of got smudged up. My bum hand was slipping on me. But any little bit like that looks kind of cool when you separate it. So let's see, what time is it? 2:14. I think I'm going to go till 2:30 today. I got so much stuff to do. I was going to try to stay on for 2 hours, but my list, I'm getting texts on the other things I have to do. So we shall just whip it along here. I'll show you another 3D one. I know Eileen said she liked the 3D ones. Let's do... Let's do some green for Jean. Green Jean and Eileen. These just happen to be the 3 that I have here. Oops. Lordy. All right. I like to spread out the top a little bit and then do the bottom because I can kind of get the whole brayer going on there. And now I'll go down the middle. Oops, look at that big blob that went off there. That's not right. And then blend that up and down. All right. Patty, did you make that viewer? No, this one, I think I got it at the Queen's Ink in a class one time. It might have been with Fred Mullet years ago, maybe. So this one is another iStencils 3D stencil. It is not going to fit because it's too big, but you'll get the gist of it. You get the gist. All right, let's see what we got there. This one isn't as obvious of a 3D pattern as I thought it was going to be. I'm just using this as a cleanup page. This is going to have all kind of crap on it by the time it's done. Now this, I'm just going to wipe this off the back of this. Clean my stencil, make a little sandwich. A jelly sandwich. You want the number on this one here, Pam? Hang on one sec. This number is 49-001. 00002. 49 dash, it's 4 zeros and a 2. You're going to focus? Maybe a little bit. My hands are cold. Did my heater go off? Nope. I'm going to drag it over here a little closer. I'm not one to get cold too often. This one's kind of cute. This is kind of a quilted. It looks quilted to me, but they're a little. It's funny, when I hold this in my hand, it looks square. But when I look at it, it looks like it's got a wave to it. Do you guys see that? Is it me? Am I sniffing too much paint? See how it looks a little... must be a optical contusion. I don't know. Let's do something different. This is the one that blobbed out of there. Before that, and let's purple. Oh, what the hell? Do some purple. And let's do some of this PBO. This is the violet blue. Oop. Hang on. Is Picola Art on here today? Anybody? Oh, crap. She won the other day, and I did not receive an email from her yet. I don't want her to miss that. Jennifer is a mind reader. I'm telling you, she is the link queen. So those watching on YouTube, when we're in the live chat here, some of the ladies, as I call out a product or a tool or a color or whatever, they go search it out online and share the link with everybody. So if they're interested, they can go grab it. Oh crap, this is not what I wanted to do. Wasn't paying attention. I usually do the bottom first. And we'll do it now. So there's a lot to be learned in the chat. And of course some laughs that you guys aren't really privy to because you only hear and see what I do. Or yeah, hear and see what I do. You don't see what the rest of these clowns are doing. This one, Darren, this is an iStencil. Any of the ones that are 12 by 12 or different shape, mine are all the 8 by 10 to fit the jelly plate. But this one, this is an iStencil. And it's another repeatable design. Let's try that. I'm just gonna, I think I got too much paint on here, so I'm putting really light pressure on here. Yeah, that was too much paint in there. But to tell you the truth, I'm not. Let me try the next one before I make a judgment call on that one. It wasn't a crisp print because there was too much paint on it. It kind of went blurry. And Orla, Paula was on last night as a fluke, I think. She had the evening off, and she had a lot of technical difficulties. It was really giving her a fit last night. I hung in there, but there was a whole lot of refreshing and losing her, and she had to get back on. She wasn't sure if it was a local problem or a Ustream problem, but she did. It was good to see her back online. It's too cold for prints, I think, Jean. I think we froze them out. There you go. That's a better print to show how the connectors kind of go in there. And then with that, then you see that kind of a ripply pattern that's so weird, because when I look at it at the paper close up and concentrate on a row, it seems to be straight. That's creeping me out. Oh God. Merry Christmas, Darren. Let's see what the reverse of this looks like. You can see that little wobbly look to that. Isn't that crazy? Look, cray. Let's see what do we got going here. Let's put that on that side. Sometimes these blobs of all this crap come out pretty cool. I'm going to put this down here just so I can lay this on it and clean this up. That one even looks more wobbly, wonky. See that? How it's like the rows go like this. Hopefully that's really what's happening and it's not just my eyes. Hey, Miko. All right, let's, this one's kind of cool. I like this one. Let's print this one. You know what? Let's do this. Let's take something that's not all that amazing. Like maybe this one here. It was a little scant on the design. Let's do black. Do a little papa. Okay. Let's try this one. This is another repeating design. And let's see if we can put it as a little papa as another layer over this one. This deli's nice because you can see where all you missed. Getting the paint through the holes of the design. All right. There, that made that more interesting. I like that. I like those little dots. That's a good one. P-Cola! Don't forget to email me there so I can get your information to Sherry and get your gift certificate to you. Let me know if you need my email address. And if we're friends on Facebook, you can PM me there too. Whatever's easier for you. Hey, Nancy. Let's just clean up there. And let's see, how much black do I have down there? You know what? I might have enough to do a weird looking patina print. Just my little cleanup there. And let's do, where did my other color go? Oh, there it is. Hang on. This is the green blue. Let's do a little bit of this and a little bit of the yellow green. All right. Trying to get these mixed up pretty good so I don't have too many blobs of just blue or green. All right, and then a lift off. Ooh. Let's see what that looks like. Holy crap, gotta move the heater, having a hot flash. You look for stencils that I use, Deb. Other than today, you'll find all the ones that I use, if that's what you're talking about, under my name, under my category for all my designs at iStencils. There's a different section. I think they have it at the top menu where you can see my name up there. So all the ones that I use are always mine, except for this time. I'm using some that are iStencils brand, some that are Badass, just to mix them in there. But usually, bye Marion, thanks for dropping in. 100% of the rest of the time, I always use mine. You know what I haven't used today, or this weekend, is my pictographs. That seems oddly. Yeah, I don't know about that. They might have been too small. I mean, it's faintly there, so that's kind of, actually, now that I'm looking at it in the camera, that looks pretty cool. But there's some really interesting bits down here of the PBO from a previous print. That was some of that violet blue coming through there. That would be cool, just streaks of that down through a, oh yeah, I can see the squares of that quilted looking design in there. That's pretty cool. I can use that. All right, let us do a cleanup print and call it a day, shall we? Oh crap, that's still wet. Let me put this one cool. I know my gel plate can't be heated, and this is a heat gun, but it's got a cool setting, and there's my hand right in it. It's cool air. So don't anybody think I'm going to blow up the place. I may, but for other reasons. Back when I did lamp work, Dave was always afraid I was going to set the basement on fire. When I first started, I used a old wooden table his mom had in her ceramic shop that she owned, and when they closed down the shop, he brought it over here, and I set up my lamp workstation on there. And he'd walk in, and I'd have my torch going, and little shards of glass would pop off of there. I mean, they were at their melting point, and they hit the wood, and they would put a burn mark in the wood and smoke a little bit. And so I came home from work one day, and there's this gigantic box in the garage. I thought, what the hell is that? I said, hey, babe, what's in the box? He said, I bought you a metal table so you don't burn the house down. Bless his heart. All right, let's just do an old-fashioned cleanup print here. Get rid of some of that extra paint so I don't just pick up the Titan Buff. As long as I do this, and as many times as I've done this, I will never get the amount of paint just right. Metallic baby poop, see? I know. It's a thing, right? Clean up. He was sweating every once in a while, Joan. He's like, babe, you know your table's smoking. But yeah, I'm good. I got some water right here. Patti, in your stencils, there's always... Is it always the black that's cut out? That's where the paint goes. I'm looking at a couple now. Yes, the black is the negative space. The white is the plastic of the stencil or mask. So it's kind of tricky when you're looking at them, Beth, that the masks look opposite, which is what they are. But whatever is white on the image you're looking at is the plastic of the stencil. Whatever's black are the holes or negative space. That is true. Well, Merry Christmas, Deb. Thanks for coming over. Hey, Amalia. All right. Did that do it? It's doing it. So here's a cleanup print without doing it through a stencil. So you get the whole sheet on one. Look at that center bit with all those different PBO colors in there. See them flashing as I move it? Isn't that cool? And over here you see the little dots. Still have a little bit of PBO. And those little wavy dots there. There's some of my faves. I didn't have a stroke. I'm reading the chat. Yeah, the cleanup prints are really cool backgrounds. It's like an instant background for anything. I love to use those in the in a collage too. So, ladies, I'm going to wrap it up. I got a busy day. I thought about trying to stream tomorrow night since the sale is still on. I don't want to commit to that yet because I don't know what work is going to bring tomorrow, and Lord only knows what else. I think I have a doctor's appointment. So if I can, I may pop on, but I will blast everybody on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and let you know. And if you have clicked the follow button, you should get an email when I schedule an event or go live, which doesn't always happen, as we know. But that's not my fault or anything you've done wrong. That's a Ustream thing. So thank you, Ustream, for being free. Anyway, one more. Let's wrap up with this so nobody misses out on this code. This is the best sale of the year, and it's for the whole iStencils website. HOLIDAY25, 25% off the entire site. If you purchase $50 or more and includes at least one of my designs, you'll get this one for free. And you'll get free shipping if you're in the United States. And if you spend $75 or more, in addition to those things, you'll get a $10 gift certificate to use against a future purchase. Congratulations to the winners of the drawings. Monique and Gail, Tutty Gail, Sandra, Gayla, and Lilith, Janice, LJ, I don't know LJ's name, and Piccola Art, Florida Linda, and CB. So congratulations, guys. You will be receiving your $15 gift certificate to use on a future purchase. Um, so I want to say thanks to Sherry at iStencils for giving me the opportunity to do this and share those discounts with you guys. Maybe that'll help you a little bit for the holidays. And uh, again, if you have any issues at all with your orders, contact Sherry. I can guarantee you it will be taken care of. Boom, right now. Um, Best customer service of any type store anywhere that I've ever experienced. So anyway, if I don't get to stream tomorrow and I'm not on before Christmas, for those who celebrate, have a Merry Christmas, and appreciate your support with my stencils and just life in general. So I'm going to say goodbye to YouTube and end the video. So bye, YouTube.